This race isn't going to be won by just pure speed. It's going to be won by executing every detail that comes your way, whether it's on pit road, whether it's a strategy, whether it is the speed on the racetrack or keeping up with the racetrack as it changes.
Well, congratulations on making it to the championship four again.
Thank you.
You clinched a spot earlier in the month for winning that race. So going into this past Sunday's race, where three of the four spots were still up for grabs, what was your goal heading into that race? I know you want to win every race you compete in, but what was your goal heading into that race?
Well, it's a really unique position to be in when you think about it. You're already
Yeah.
locked into the championship four. You have really nothing to lose by racing in Martinsville, and you really don't have a whole bunch to gain besides getting a trophy. So with that all being said, your focus really shifts to Phoenix because that's the race that matters the most. So you go through the motions at Martinsville. You still want to keep momentum. You still want to have a good day on pit road. But you also don't want to make any enemies. You don't want to lose your crew chief from some weird penalty or something that happens on pit road. Like you want to keep your whole team together. You want to keep momentum, and you want to have a good day on pit road. We were able to accomplish all three of those things when we were there. So that's good. Move on. We didn't really talk about Martinsville much in our meetings this week. We're kind of like, okay,
Right.
that's that. Let's keep focused on Phoenix.
And you've been in this position before a few times. You won it all in 2018. So how are you feeling? How are you feeling heading into this race that also features Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, and Ross Chastain?
I feel good. I feel
Yeah.
great about it. When I think of the position we're in as a race team, who we're competing against, I feel like we're in a great spot to be able to go out there and win this thing this year. And we're focused in, like you said, we've had a couple weeks to really focus in on Phoenix, whereas other teams they don't have much time to really focus in on it or really work on their car much. They got to be on the road tomorrow.
Mm.
They got to travel from Charlotte all the way out to the West Coast. That's
Yeah.
that's a long haul. So,
Yeah.
they got to hit the road soon to get out there by Friday.
Oh, absolutely. And when you won it all in 2018, um, well, I should say, does this season feel like has some similarities to what it felt like in 2018? Now, obviously, there's been a lot of differences specifically with the next gen car, but are there similarities to the 2018 season and now?
Yeah, I mean, the next gen car definitely changes up a lot of things, and it's been a very interesting year to say the least. When you think
Yeah.
of how the next gen car has been and how many things have happened between the beginning of the season till now. I mean, it kind of feels like a marathon of a season, just as much as we've had to learn with this car and the things that have happened throughout the year. And in some ways, it feels like 2018 because we came out of the gates really strong like we did in 2018. We won the Clash this year. We had a really good start there, and then we kind of went through a bit of a lull. And then I'd say really the last 10 weeks or so, the 22 teams really picked it up a lot from the speed department and really being able to put some good races together. And that's how we found ourselves in the championship four again. So we hope to make the most of it, right? Making the championship four is great, but it's just a stepping stone, right? It's not the goal. The goal is to win the big trophy, is not just to get to this point. So for us, we keep going.
Absolutely right. And obviously, this race takes place at Phoenix Raceway. You are very familiar with this track. Earlier in the year, you finished eighth in the race at Phoenix. So, what's the biggest key for you in order to win on Sunday?
I mean, there's going to be a lot, right? It's just kind
Yeah.
of maintaining the details is what it's about. This race isn't going to be won by just pure speed. It's going to be won by executing every detail that comes your way, whether it's on pit road, whether it's a strategy, whether it is the speed on the racetrack or keeping up with the racetrack as it changes. All those things is going to mean a lot. So, like I said, having a few weeks to really go through those details ends up being a pretty big advantage.
Of course. And one of your opponents, Ross Chastain, he got into the championship four by doing something very unorthodox, something that you don't see in a average NASCAR race. And you talked about your thoughts on what Ross Chastain did in that final lap. But do you expect to see anything wild or anything crazy in this championship four race in order for one of you guys to win the Cup Series title?
Expect the unexpected at this point.
Yeah.
I don't think you know what's coming.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can definitely see that. And along with the championship four on Sunday, the NASCAR Series race for the championship, the finale airs on USA and Peacock on November 3rd. And you've been featured in that series quite a bit. Uh, so, do you like the fact that fans get to see what you guys go through on the track as well as off the track in order to win a Cup Series title?
I think it's interesting. And that's what, like, even if I wasn't a NASCAR fan, which I would say I am a NASCAR fan, but if I wasn't, I would look at this as something interesting to see how people live their life, how they prepare to race for a championship. Like, I think that's interesting watching that in other sports, right? Of how other athletes do it and what they do, and how they balance their life with work and how they prepare for high pressure moments. Like those things to me are interesting, and I like watching that, and I like watching how it all comes together. And I enjoy watching race for the championship because I like seeing how my competitors do it
Mhm.
and how they live their life. Because as similar as all our lives are, we do it all in a different way, is what I realized. So it's been kind of fun to watch that.
Yeah, and it just takes a look back at the entire 2022 Cup Series season. And for you, what would you say would be your favorite moment from this past season?
Next week.
There you go. Great answer. I like that. Absolutely. And the last question from me before I let you go is once the championship four race is over and hopefully you can come away with a victory, what are your plans for the off season?
The plans are well, we'll have to kind of wait and see. It's we'll see how we do this weekend, but outside of that, dadding it up,
Yeah,
being a dad, being a husband, getting ready for next year. It doesn't really stop much. But I look forward to the holidays a lot as we get to Thanksgiving and Christmas and getting the family together and everyone hanging out. Like that, those are really special moments. I really enjoy a lot.
absolutely. Yeah, I definitely understand that. Well, Joey, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. Congratulations on everything and good luck to you on Sunday.